Alright, so some of you that are newer to my channel may or may not know, this was my deck. Many people knew me as the Kiki Chord guy once upon a time. This is the archetype that dragged me, for better or worse, into 2 Players Championships with STG. I have 3 or 4 or 5, I probably think it's 4 top 8s at STG. Modern Opens with this event, with my top finish being a 2nd place finish, losing to Amulet Titan shortly before they banned Summer Bloom. Hey, Super, thanks for the 5 months and the very generous tier 3 resub. Welcome back. Today is a national holiday in Hooglandia. Today is Wall of Roots Day. Let's call it Wall of Roots Month. It's sometime around here, but it's a special occasion. So 3 years ago, January 2016, the incredible team that designs Magic Online broke Wall of Roots. And to my knowledge, it's still broken, but we're about to find out. This card, even though its ability is a mana ability, it can only be activated at sorcery at instant speed, which means you can't use it while you are casting a Chord of Calling, which means that if this only has 1 toughness, on Magic Online, it can't make 2 mana for a chord like it could in paper. So, at any rate, this is a combo deck that utilizes Kiki-Jiki plus Restoration Angels to generate infinite 3/4s and attack our opponent. In reality, it's a mid-range deck that sometimes combos, but that's the plan at least. Hey, Austin, thanks for the 7-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. What's going on? Question all lines of play, right? I had someone ask me on Twitter why I didn't just shove Vanasphere in here. And the answer is that if there is a Vanasphere deck in Modern, that's an if. I'm sure people are playing it and they're winning matches, but if there's something that's competitive, it's going to look a lot different than this, because Vanasphere likely wants to be built in the way like Kiki Pod was built, which is very combo-centric, or at the very least, even if it's a value-centric Vanasphere build, you likely want your creature selection to be a little bit different so you can pod up the chain for value, which this configuration isn't built to do. Yeah, Burgle just noted that I'm not playing any copies of Voice of Resurgence. I just don't think that card's very good right now. The control decks where that card really shined are playing Terminus a lot of the time now, which makes it extra bad. So, oh, look at that. Look at that. Turn 1 Celestial Colony. All right, settle in. Settle in, folks. You'll also... Hey, Turkey Sloth, thanks for the biddies. You'll also note that there are 62 cards in my main deck. That's not a mistake. There are only 13 cards in my sideboard, which means that in the post-board games with this deck, we will be able to board down to a 60-card deck. Our bird's been ousted, chat. It's been ousted. Perfect. Look at our incredibly powerful start here. Our bird was ousted, but not forgotten. All right, let's see if they fix this. Is Wall of Roots a mana ability? So I click on this bird. Cannot click on Wall of Roots because it's not a mana ability. 3 years running. Hashtag quality software. Hey, Jipple Quinn, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. And if you'll note, if you were here from the start of this stream, that we have joined an incredibly competitive Magic Online League. And the reason for joining the incredibly competitive Magic Online League is because Wall of Roots is broken, we will likely get to file for compensation. So I am gambling higher on Magic Online during this league because it's a free roll. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pass here. You'll note I cast the Wall of Omens using the Wall of Roots. And the reason for this is Wall of Roots can make mana every turn cycle. So once I pass to my opponent, this will be able to make mana again, which means I have 1, 2, 3, 4 to play this Restoration Angel on their turn and blink this Wall of Omens and draw a card. So my opponent's already drawn their card for the turn, and this means that they can't cast a Sweeper this turn. So I'm going to go ahead and play Restoration Angel now, giving them slightly less of a chance to have a counterspell. I'm going to go ahead and blink that. I could blink Wall of Roots to reset the counters, but resetting this is far less valuable than drawing a card by a pretty significant margin. I'm going to go to attack with Resto. Do I want to add an Eidolon to the table? Feels a little bit bad in the face of a sweeper. Am I capable of beating a sweeper, though? Probably not. I did not hear about that, Adam. Someone asked when was the last time I played this deck. I think there was a league mid-2018 when we played this last time. Yeah, Eidolon prevents Up Terminus. It also prevents, like, Snap Oust, which is nice. This build of this deck is actually a pretty good Eidolon deck because we have 4 Restoration Angels and 4 Chord of Callings, which means even though this is symmetrical, we're often going to get to play 2 spells per turn. Hey, Wolfang, thank you for the 4 months. I appreciate the third of a year. So you're shipping me those Bezo bucks there again. Subscribers at home, I updated and refreshed a couple of the older emotes that we have on the channel. So in addition to the Bezo bucks, we have a Yoink and a Tilt emote. I think I just resto here again and just get aggressive, because like they haven't had a sweeper yet, and they can't counterspell me here because they already cast up for the turn. There is a Raging Ravine in the deck that we're playing right now, so there's a good chance we get to use that Temple of Tilt emote today. This is adorable. They're trying to cast a spell. No, 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 opponent. The best part, like, they probably have path here, but in paper, we'd get to see the path, because they'd be like, right now they're trying to be like, why won't Moto let me cast a spell? I don't understand. Magic Online's bugged. Why can't I cast my Path to Exile? In paper, you just get to be like, no, you've already played your spell for the turn. The best part about unplayable cards in your deck is your opponent gets confused. Ain't that the truth, Burgle? Ain't that the truth? Do 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 do. Oh, you know what? I probably should have held this fetch land, because I have, or maybe even hold the Razorverge Thicket too. I'm gonna hold future lands at this point, because I have a bunch of copies of, Tireless Tracker in my deck. Hey, what's going on, Kason? One of my favorite times at local moderns where your opponent needs to spit and read every card you play. Yikes. Sometimes they have main deck settle and they draw it. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and play Scavenging Ooze. I'm gonna go ahead and play Chain Whirler. We'll hang tight. Yeah, a lot of the times these blue-white decks play like 1 copy of Settle, which you never play around it. It's like worse to play around Settle in Modern than it is to play around it in Standard, right? Because like they're even less likely to have it in this format. No, Jiaosu, the extra point is meaningful because it puts my opponent to 3, which leaves them dead to my copies of Lightning Bolt. SCTR doling out the giant sub gifty. Thank you very much for the generosity. I appreciate that. Tier 3 for Kiki. Sure, there's a meaningful reason. There's a meaningful reason to attack there. Give me that sweet, sweet 05 action. Sir, these are 04s. Please do not confuse my... Please do not confuse my powerful creatures. It looks like you're still sub, Dougie. So your thing's probably not up yet. Yeah, you assume we're about to get op terminus, which means I'm gonna concede. Oh, I guess this is loose. I only attacked Jace with 1 and they represented a path earlier. Yeah, that's probably bad. Oh, has Moto crashed because my opponent's Path to Exile is foil? I believe Magic Online has crashed because my opponent's Path to Exile is foil. Take me home, country roads, to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama. Take me home, country roads. It feels like home, chat. Kiki Cord Moto crashes. Oh, the places we've been. Oh, the things we've seen. I attacked the Scavenging Ooze at my opponent and not the Jace the Mind Sculptor because I failed to play around Path to Exile. It was well layered beaming. I do what I can, Korluski. I do what I can. That's A+ emoting right there, Crimson. The music inlaid with mono pleases. That's good. Good clean living. Yeah, maybe I should have attacked both of these at Chase. I don't know. We're probably dead to rights here regardless. They're low enough that I'm gonna keep going because I've got some bolts in my deck and they're not doing anything. JK. It's actually mind-blowing. Yeah, I've got a good repository. It's real deep. Extra one of these, extra one of these. This is not a Chain Whirler matchup. This is not a Selfless Spirit matchup anymore, actually. Is this a Bolt matchup? This may or may not be a Bolt matchup. Bolt killing Jace is, like, not irrelevant. Probably okay to trim a wall of roots here. Can you do Weezer? It's hard for me to get started sometimes. Need a place to jump in with some of the time. You just gotta feel right in the moment. So this first match is actually a great example of one of the many reasons why this archetype fell from, I'm not gonna call it good, but fell from playability, is most decks in Modern have some bad matchups, right? That's like something that we talk about. Thanks for the bits, Dougie. But like generally decks that are playable have good matchups to offset the bad ones. And this deck's good matchups that were offsetting the ones that were really hard were these Jeskai and blue-white decks and the more fair decks in the format. And like now things like green-black have gained Fatal Push and blue-white has Op Terminus, and there's just the decks that were your few kind of good matchups are no longer good matchups based on how the format has changed, which takes this deck and pushes it from maybe kind of playable because it's okay in some spots to we don't have good positions left to have. Morning, Endo. So we're kicking this around for old time's sake, but I am am painfully aware of the playability of what we are currently doing. I mean, I 100% intend to get my $12 entry fee back. We joined the competitive league because I was confident that in the 6 months since I last played with Wall of Roots, they hadn't fixed it. So I went ahead and joined me a competitive league because I was fairly certain that was going to be the case. And lo and behold, use this to bump Teamer Dragons. Will do, Wagner. Thanks for the biddies. Lo and behold, I was correct. Hasn't been fixed. I think I just Stone Rain them here. I already told Matthew if I 5-0, I'm going to play this at his Nerd Rage event. But I'm pretty sure that's a safe gamble. The chances of 5-0ing real low. Especially getting queued into Terminus.deck match 1. I'm sorry I forgot my role in chat. This is a Kiki Chord stream and I feel like Jeff is missing. It looks like you lost to Terminus. I play Unborn Ego and Surgical Extraction in my Kiki Chord deck and went undefeated with it at F&M. I think if you played those cards, you would win more. Well, I mean, I certainly can't win less, Burgle. So, like, that's probably a reasonable statement. We are playing 62 cards in our main deck and 13 cards in our sideboard, Laradex. This isn't Jack Daniels, but I'm playing Kiki Chord, so you could pretend it's Jack Daniels if you want. I'm pretending it's Jack Daniels. You playing this deck is the Magic equivalent of getting together with an ex one last time. It just ends in sadness when you realize how much you've both changed. It's funny. It's funny because it hurts. I actually had a lot of fun last night thinking about how I wanted to build this deck today. Which I knew when I was sitting there enjoying building the deck that I was getting ready to work on. Wait, did they just tap their lands wrong? Oh my gosh, chat, they tapped their lands wrong and we're on the scoreboard. We made it. We did it. Our opponent didn't know how to mono and we got him. We did it. We did it. Oh, the sweet taste of meatball Kiki victory. The worst part is, this is Magic Online, so they can't even blame the shuffler. They can't even blame the shuffler. It's Moto. There's no shuffler to blame. There's no shuffler to blame, because it is Magic Online. Buckle up, Meatball Kiki is here and he's populating. He shall repopulate the earth with restoration angels and they shall soul free. Go free, my children. Freedom! Kiki is back again. What's going on, Master Chef? Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks back this way again this month. For that 5-month resub. Darn you, auto tapper! I always love when people are like, issues that happen with the auto tapper don't happen in real life. People never mistap. I'm like, you haven't played enough real life Magic if you've never seen someone mess up tapping their lands. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, that's enough. Attack with all. Pull Kiki back. Meatball Kiki does not get his hands dirty, chat. He works from behind the scenes, okay? All right, excellent, excellent. No, Meatball Kiki does not get his hands dirty, Nathan. He is above that sort of filth. Or play the wrong land. Yep, there's a lot of that happens in Paper, for sure. Wrong Resto, wrong Kiki. This is very important. This is not my preferred Chord of Calling. I hate this chord. I'm like medium on the Restoration Angel. I greatly prefer. Do I have Resto as one of my backgrounds still? I think I do. Where is it? My left monitor actually has I could show you through the webcam. I was like, I don't have a good way to add this, but my left monitor over here actually has the OG Restoration Angel artwork as the background. That is my preferred Restoration Angel artwork. I do actually like Meatball Kiki though. Meatball Kiki is my favorite Kiki. Yeah, this hand's keepable. It's like not good, but like, does our deck have good hands in it? Like that's the best part about Kiki Chord is you don't have to mulligan ever because like your hands don't get better. You just like look at your hand and you're like, oh, these are the spells I've registered. I guess we'll keep. The BCW code, I believe, is Jeff 10. Yes, definitely Jeff 10. Look at that. Hit it. So this hand needs another land in it, but Eternal Witness can pick this fetch land back up, so this is basically a second Stomping Ground, which is nice. Well, so, and this is a rule I really don't like, but they recently implemented at competitive REL a takesies backsies rule, which says that if you have not gained any information since you made your mistake, you can rewind and undo your mistake and make a different line. So like, for instance, if you play the wrong land and go to cast a spell and realize you played the wrong land and can't cast your spell and your opponent hasn't done anything, you can go, oh, sorry, I messed up. I'm going to go back and switch this land so I can cast the spell. Yes, I wish I was joking. I think it's a really bad rule, but that's an actual thing. It's a takesies backsies rule. So it's pretty unfortunate that I drew 2 of my basic lands here, because ideally against the Field of Root Path to Exile deck, you want a bunch of basics left in your deck so that way you can fetch those when they're playing their stuff. I agree. I completely agree that it feels strange at Comp REL, but that is how Magic now works at competitive REL. I throw my hand face up on the table so they can't take it back. And, you know, I probably would have complained a lot about that rule change, but I don't play competitive Magic anymore. So, like, the fact that I don't really play competitive Magic anymore means I just, like, sit here on the outside and be like, you know, whatever. Yay! 2 mana instant speed sweeper me, baby. 2 mana instant speed sweeper me, baby. There's a reason you don't appear under Magic the Gathering streams. Well, I've only been live for about 20 minutes, so there's probably a good chance that when you checked, I wasn't quite live yet. I had just gone live, so I hadn't populated. Wait, am I not under Magic streams right now? Is there something wrong with my settings? You might be correct. Is my game tag... Yikes, my category had disappeared. Thank you for the heads up. We're definitely not under the Magic channel right now. Thank you for that. No, we're not Shadow Banned. It should show up in a second. I must have clicked off of it somehow, but I definitely didn't have my game category set properly on. Wait, is it not letting me set it? It's not letting me set my game category. I wonder if Twitch is bugged. Twitch might be having an issue at the moment. They found out I was doing a Wall of Reach stream this morning, and they decided that that was not okay. 6, 7. All right, so I'm gonna play this Bird of Paradise. I'm gonna shock this in. I'm gonna attack with Eternal Witness. I'm not attacking with these Thopter, so I want to Chord for 4. Oh, you know what's really funny? If they go opt and reveal Terminus, I can Chord for Eidolon in response and stop them from casting Terminus. But I can't stop this Terminus from happening, unfortunately. So we're just dead. Probably just dead. Hey, Diva Charlie, thank you very much for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome. No, there's no Teague in my deck because Teague stops you from casting your chords. Yay, magic! Yay, magic! We won the game where our opponent misclicked and we died horribly otherwise. Yeah, it looks like we're appearing under magic now. I think it might have been an issue on my end. Maybe, I don't know. I never actually touched that category section, so I'm not sure how it would have changed, but it's there now, so who cares? Thank you for the heads up. No, I've not tried Vanifear in Modern, Brad. Come on now. That type of card doesn't solve any of the problems these decks have. Maybe it does. I don't know. I have no desire to brew in this format. This Modern is very, very far past a point where brewing is rewarded. Would much rather spend effort brewing in Standard. If I'm gonna play Modern, I'm just gonna show up and play Elves or some other very linear degenerate deck. That's how you get rewarded in this format. We have one in the queue, Brad, but I'm not playing a ton of Modern anymore. It's just gonna take a while to get to it. People aren't really donating to bump things. People aren't really donating to bump things anymore for Modern. Standard's the hotness. It's what the kids want. It's what the kids want. I think Burn's one of the best decks in Modern. Just got a bunch of new tools, right? What are my thoughts behind playing 62 cards in my main deck? It's so kids ask, why am I playing 62 cards in my main deck? Well, one of the problems with Caleb's stuff is that you can't really watch his VODs because big chunks of them get muted because he takes music that he's not supposed to take. I've tried to go back and watch Caleb's stuff on occasion. You just like randomly lose audio for chunks. All right, let's bring in some Doomblades. This is probably bad. This is probably fine. This is probably good. This is probably bad. Explosives is probably good. I wonder if this is a Settle the Wreckage matchup. This is probably a Settle the Wreckage matchup. They cast Ballista and I conceded because they had Chain Whirler, or they had Steel Overseer and Hardened Scales in play. Barga, thank you very much for the brand new tier 1 sub. Welcome, I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me around. Need one more cut here. A judge ruling that was applied to me wrong? Yeah. I had a head judge give me an incorrect game loss in the top 8 of an open one time. And it was, I know it was wrong not only because I understand the rules, but he came back and apologized to me at the open the next weekend. The open he was at the following weekend that I was also at, he came up to me and apologized for it. Yeah, it was after playing 15 rounds of Magic, he determined there was more wear on my main deck sleeves than my sideboard sleeves. Weird, right? But it was found during the complimentary deck check, which means I'd never presented an illegal deck, which meant I should have been given a warning and told to replace my sleeves, not been given a game loss. Yeah, it was the sleeve one. This is not a Tireless Tracker matchup, right? It's not really about grinding card advantage, so we'll cut one of those. I mean, it's not a very good story. I should have been more conscious and replaced my sleeves when I noticed that. If I noticed I should have been checking. I wasn't checking my sleeves rigorously. And for the record, never use Legion backed sleeves that have patterns on the back of them. That was one lesson. Yeah, good opportunity. Use BCW sleeves. You're not gonna have this kind of issue with them. Legion sleeves, don't use those. Especially the ones, I haven't used their non-printed sleeves, but definitely don't use their printed sleeves. You're gonna have a real bad time. Sleeves are mandatory in competitive paper Magic, yes. My friend let me borrow his tabernacle so he could drag me to a paper legacy event with lands. Got matched up against Sikacho, rounds 1 and 2, easiest 0-4 of my life. Almost dropped, but I got talked into playing one more because no one was unlucky. The look on my opponent's face around 3 when he put Show and Tell on the stack, and I said, for fuck's sake, and picked up my cards. That's great. So the issue isn't that the sleeves split. The issue is that Legion sleeves, the way they use the printing on the back and the sides of their sleeves, they basically, the sides, I don't have any of them anymore because they're garbage and I don't use them, but the sides chip. One of my old sponsors had logo printed sleeves that I used for tournaments, and the sides of the sleeves, as you shuffled them, basically like chipped off. So there were like white and black marks on the sides of them. So like my main deck had white and black marks on the sides, while my sideboard did not for some of the cards, because there were some sideboard cards I just like hadn't boarded in at all, because, you know, modern. We did not squeak past blue-white control. They cast Terminus and we died to fire. We are currently down a game here against Hardened Scales. This is modern. Everybody plays a little bit of everything. It is Wall of Roots Day. Well, their start's pretty bad this time around, but I don't have another land, so welcome to Magic, I guess. If we can find our way into some red mana, we've got some goblins that could become castable. This Chord of Calling is probably fetching a Birds of Paradise sometime soon. It is Bant Day again today. Bant's really sweet in this current standard format. A lot of directions to take it into. When I was building this deck last night, I kind of had this feeling that felt like I was homesick. Like, this is something that I really loved and I miss doing it. But like, now that I'm sitting here playing games with it, I'm like, oh, this is why it's been a while. I remember now. No, that's my standard boilerplate, Loma. I send that to everybody because I had someone get very upset one time when I fixed their deck and I had to refund their money. That gives me some leeway to not refund their money and fight chargebacks. All right, let's draw Fire-Lit Thicket. If we draw Fire-Lit Thicket here, we're gonna win the game. One time, dealer. Fire-Lit Thicket. Not Fire-Lit Thicket. Rats. All right, that's fine. We're still actually in an okay spot here. If I hit if I hit a red source, I can go resto into Kiki potentially. So we got that going for us. Hey, Throng, thanks for the brand new Twitch Prime support, or the 10 months of Twitch Prime, sorry, it's early. Thanks for keeping me employed here and shipping your Bezo bucks back this way again this month. So, can no longer Chord of Calling, for there is a Grafdigger's Cage in play. Do you want to play it on your Mac? Yeah, if you look up Arena, MTG Arena on OS X, there's a guide on Reddit that explains how to do it. You do it using wine, and I believe there's a thing called a wine skin on OS X that lets you get it set up easier. I mean, while triple red does stretch things, looking at this game that we're playing here and being like, oh, the mana's bad, that's just a lazy Magic player interpretation of it. Watching a game where I don't have my colors because I literally just don't have any lands is silly, right? The games you want to look at is where, you have 6 lands in play and can't cast Kiki, right? Because that's a game where you drew lands but didn't have your colors. This game isn't the issue of we didn't draw the right things. This game is an issue of we just don't have lands. Oh, yeah, we have an OSX command. We have an OSX command, actually. Yeah, because I think that question's been asked enough. Yeah, there's the link for running on OSX. Thank you, I forgot about that. Hey, Proxytron, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome. There's a lot of great people you can ship those Bezo bucks to every month. Thanks for shipping them this way. Yeah, every day we do 1 league on Magic Online to start the day, and then we finish up with Magic Arena. All right, well, and eventually let's do stiff. I should have left white up here to bluff, but probably doesn't matter. It's super easy to get it running on Wine on Linux. I don't own OS X systems, so I can't say if it's easy there or not, but it's super easy to get it running on Linux. No, I only played this deck after Pod got banned. I never registered Birthing Pod. Well, if they don't have a dismember, they're dead. Survey says. Yeah, they were respecting the fact that I could have a Lightning Bolt or a Path to Exile. You know, dealer's choice. I guess I could also have Settle the Wreckage. Do I want Pia and Kiran Nalaar? Pia and Kiran Nalaar is probably better than Tireless Tracker in this matchup, huh? That's probably the case. I think that way. I think that way. I'm gonna keep this on the draw. It's got a bunch of good interaction in it. And if I draw a second land, Eternal Witness gets me a third land. Because it rebuys this Wooded Foothills. You know when my article will be published today? Yeah, I believe it goes up in about an hour and 15 minutes from now. I believe it's 11 a.m. Eastern is when they publish. I boarded down to 60, Master Chief. I've got 62 cards in my main deck and 13 cards in my sideboard. So post board, I go down. Don't worry. I'm not disappointing you. I understand what you're here for. I aim to please. About Sultai. In one in your opinion, would some number of Hostage Taker over Chupacabra in the board head to the Sultai Mirror? Yeah, that seems sweet, Tracks. I definitely agree that there's not a ton of removal in that matchup, so Hostage Taker seems fine. So we're basically going to be like a bad Naya control deck for the rest of this match, right? We're going to be like Bolt Your Thing, Path Your Thing, Eternal Witness, Path Your Thing. Does not seem unreasonable for us. That's a good draw. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. I think I'm just gonna play Wall of Roots out here. And this is how this deck played out a lot of the time, was that like you were just like this bad Naya mid-range control deck that just like attacked with 2 1s and 3 4s while playing removal spells. Especially this postboard configuration that I have now. This card's actually kind of a sweet upgrade to this archetype, because like you'll often pass with Resto up. Like we talk about this card being good in Bant Flash and Standard just because it can be tough for the opponent to know exactly like which direction you're coming from. I shot my bird, sure. So I really kind of want to draw a land here, so that way I can bolt this, and then in response to them shooting Eternal Witness, I get to Restoration Angel it. So I want to draw untapped lands here specifically, and not Temple of Tilt. Perfect. So now I'm going to start by attacking. Let's start by attacking, because I want to get my 2 points of damage in. I assume they're not going to block. So I'm going to attack. They're not going to block. They'll take 2. I'll bolt the Walking Ballista. They'll shoot Eternal Witness. Oh wait, they have this, right? That's a mistake. Okay, really doesn't matter. Now they're gonna shoot Eternal Witness in response here. And I will then blink Eternal Witness and get Path to Exile back to my hand. I think I want to... Nah, I'm just gonna grab the Stomping Ground. I'm gonna be a little aggressive with my health total here, just because I would prefer to be able to cast Kiki-Jiki if I draw him. I agree. Blinking Eternal Witness, especially when they're trying to kill it, is just like good, clean value. Just like, yeah, this is everywhere I want to be in life. If this is wrong, then I don't want to be right, chat. All right, so I can play this. I'm gonna go ahead and fetch a basic forest here, because I want to leave Path to Exile up here still as well. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go ahead and Eternal Witness back my bolt the Steel Overseer, attack for 5. We'll probably see them fire up Inkmoth Nexus. Actually, I guess, do I want to... I think I'm only going to attack for 3 here. No, let's attack for 5. I think this is fine. Yeah, they're not firing these up. They know about the Path to Exile still. The opponent's life count is up over here in the upper left. They're at 13. It was a 3-mana Snapcaster Mage, right? It's like only 1 more, and like you get to keep reusing this, right? So like I can like find more restos and like blink these witnesses again. Chording for Witness and picking up Chord makes me feel good in a way that only blue players can. It's like the closest thing you're ever going to get to a green cryptic command, right? You're just like, this is the best we've got. Ooh, Knight of Autumn. Yay, 2 1s. Hey, so they're flooding a little bit here. New subs in chat. We have a couple of new emotes, by the way. So this is going to block an Eternal Witness and then Pendelhaven itself, which I'm okay with. So they're going to eat my Eternal Witness, and then post-combat, I'm going to play my Knight of Autumn and kill the Blink Buff Nexus. And the reason why I'm letting this happen is because I want to hold my Path to Exile for something more scary, potentially. Well, so the couple of other new emote quirks, I did replace some old ones. So, like, I got rid of the... What did I kill? I killed the Burning Ticket emote, I think. Why do I need to kill the cage? Like, they're at 8 and I have 7 power in play, and I have a Path to Exile, so, like, why do I need to kill the cage? I don't have a chord. Like, chat killing the cage is like, you're playing towards something like we don't actually have going on right now, right? Oh, stupid Jeff. Stupid Jeff doesn't know how magic works. He didn't kill the cage. Good magic player would have killed the cage. Good magic player would know that Chord of Calling was on top of the deck. Stupid Jeff. What did Jeff Hoglier know? Stupid streamer didn't kill the cage. I'm way smarter than streamer. I should be person streaming on Twitch. Give me sponsor. If you wouldn't have killed the cage, you wouldn't have drawn it, right? That's exactly how that works. Talkie Box Man doesn't know how to magic. Am I dead? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I'm not dead. Okay. Whew. Great. This is only 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, they can only put me to 9 here if they went all in. Oh yeah, that's true. If they eat the cage, I can get them. Super true. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Do 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 do. Wait, did they count wrong or did I count wrong? This is 6, 7, 8. No, they definitely don't have lethal. We won! We did it! Kiki-Jiki tier 1! We beat Hardened Scales! I was wrong! The deck is so good! The deck is so good! Oh, we're so good at Magic, chat. Look at that. Look at that. 1 and 1. Every 3-2 starts somewhere, chat. Every 3-2 begins somewhere. Hey, don't stop. Do the math before you attack. Do the math before you... 1-1 equal tier 1. Exactly. Exactly. I think we 3-2'd last time we played this deck. Look at this hand. Look at this. Look at this incredibly castable Kiki-Jiki. Burn, baby, burn. Grove of Burnwillows, burn, baby, burn. Cast in this Kiki, do, 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 do. Beep, beep, do, 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 do. Oh, yeah, turn 3 Chandra. That turn 3 Chandra dominated entire standard formats. Entire standard formats quaked in fear of turn 3 Chandra, Torch, and Defiance. Yeah, the yoink emote turned out really well. I am pretty happy with that one. Hey, let me post a Twitter of these actually. Let's do a Twitter, shall we? Quickly to the Twitters. Quickly, once more to the Twitters. To the Twitters, everyone. Perfect. Look at that. Look at that. Be afraid. Be afraid of my Chandra. Tell us stories. Oh, yonder. So, actually, if you want to hear stories about the past, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I should make them gain life. Oh, I'm missing the lines. We should make them gain life. That's so true. Peak Kiki-Jiki was when Collective Brutality was just printed, but Gitaxian Probe hadn't been banned yet, because your Death Shadow matchup was very reasonable, because, gosh, they should just be one higher. This is probably gonna cost me. Missing that. Peak Kiki-Jiki was just before they banned Gitaxian Probe, but we had, what's it called, Lego? We had, they're gonna take this, then they're gonna stub this. Yeah, Brutality, but because you could really dumpster infect, because you had Brutality. Deck full of incredibly efficient one-mana spells. Dumpster deck that chose to register Chandra, Torch, and Defiance in Modern. More Magic news at 11. I'm gonna draw like another 4-mana spell here. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that incredibly castable Chord of Calling. Ain't that? Doesn't that hit the spot just right? Nothing says Kiki Chord in Modern like hoping to draw a 4th land and drawing another uncastable spell instead. It just feels like home, chat. Just like we drew it up, basically. You ready for Gemstone Mines? Yeah, Tron's very reasonable against Death Shadow, especially if you have a bunch of Thragtusk in your Tron deck. The Death Shadow matchup is very good. If you have Relic and Thragtusk, it's good for you, straight up. I don't think I want these other cards. So Spellskite's like okay against the removal spells, but they tend to have Kolaghan's Command in their deck, which makes Spellskite pretty mediocre. I actually couldn't Chord for one because I didn't have triple green, because I chose to fetch a 3rd red source. What's the play plan of this deck? The play plan of this deck is to play incredibly inefficient spells and die on turn 3 to 4 while our opponent plays efficient cards that combo kill us. In a dream world where everything goes according to plan and our opponent mulligans to 4 and doesn't play Magic, we have Kiki-Jiki alongside Restoration Angel to make infinite 3/4s. And once upon a time, sit down, children, let me tell you about the good old days. Back in my day when I played competitive Magic, putting a 5-mana 2/2 into play, that was good enough. We combo killed them. They didn't stand a chance. They quaked in fear of our Kiki-Jikis and what they represented. Kids these days and their Death Shadows and their Creeping Chills, they'll never know the good old days. What's going on, Rothins? Make sure you stay warm. Wasn't Twin was legal. I loved playing Kiki Court against Splinter Twin. It was such a fun and interesting matchup. Like, especially if you've never courted for Spellskite in response to Splinter Twin, you haven't lived. It's so good. And by court for Spellskite in response to Splinter Twin, I meant get your Chord of Calling dispelled most of the time, but the one time that it worked, it was really good. Hoping to draw a land, drew another card that's not very good. Magic Online's not going anywhere. So it's really funny. It's really weird to me that, like, people have been wanting Magic Online to be cheaper for a long time, and now that Magic Online is finally getting cheaper, people are like, oh no, Mardu's dying. As long as they're still, like, you know, 1,000 or 2,000. How many people are in modern leagues right now? Like, I can give you actual factual metrics. There are currently over 1,000 people registered between the two modern leagues. As long as people are paying money to play Magic Online, it's going to continue to exist. And Paper Magic's not going anywhere, okay? Paper Magic's here to stay. It's been here for the last 25 years. It's going to be here for the next 25 years. I'm going to take a couple of hits from this. I don't want to throw my bird away just yet. Oh, Magic's great. Tell me more stories about the old country, Grandpa. All right, so I'm gonna sack this, and then I'm gonna blow up engineered explosives here. Do you think there will be overlap in how Arena and MTGO codes a new mechanic? I have no idea, Socio Penguin. I don't like to speculate on things like that because I think it's lazy and pointless to do so. Yay! Magic! My opponent spent 3 mana and killed my entire board and then played a 5/5 for 1. Thank God they banned Treasure Cruise though. I would be really far behind if they Treasure Cruised. Oh, let's move along with our lives. For people that haven't played Modern before, Modern, because it spans so many sets, has a pretty extensive ban list. And while there are some cards that definitely deserve to be on the ban list because they're very powerful, there are a bunch of cards on Modern's ban list that are embarrassingly weak compared to the cards that currently exist in the format. So it's kind of funny in a way that they leave cards banned that are worse than cards that people currently get to play. Well, it's impossible. I mean, anyone who actually knows coding things, Socio Penguin, is going to tell you that they can't know the answer to that. The only people that are going to make up answers to the question that you asked are people who don't know what they're talking about. It's impossible to know what upkeep or things that you need to do to code are going to cost time-wise or money-wise without knowing the code base. And heck, even if you know the code base, it's probably going to be difficult to estimate a lot of the time. So, because I have Wall of Roots in my hand, I'm just going to go ahead and bolt their bird here. I don't know what they're doing, but I'm going to bolt their bird. And then next turn, I can go Wall of Roots plus Birds of Paradise. Yeah, the fact that Birthing Pod is still banned in Modern is like a bad joke at this point. What time am I switching to Arena? As soon as this league is done. So probably anywhere between like 5 minutes and like 35 minutes from now. They did reban Grave Troll. So the problem was, after they unbanned Grave Troll, they printed Prized Amalgam, Cathartic Reunion, and Insolent Neonate that, like, pushed Dredge way over the top. I think I'm ditching this. I really want to draw a land here, right? If I draw a land, I get to go Tireless Tracker into Wall of Omens. Well, they're playing a Gifts deck. Okay. Seeing some of the older versions of them, do you have preferences for arts of cards? In this case, Shock. I actually really like the latest cycle of Shock lands. I think they're really sweet and well done. I'm a big fan of the latest set of Shock lands art. Land. I mean, I guess that's kind of a land. My body is ready for them to cast Wrath of God off this Birds of Paradise next turn. Should we just, like, curl up in a little ball and cry? Just sometime today. I do standard cuts for a $50 donation, Brian. $50 on Streamlabs or 5K bits in chat. Either or. Alright. My opponent showed up to Modern with a deck that's worse than ours, so maybe we have a chance here. So you're saying there's chance. It's Bant Day 2, the Electric Boogaloo, it is. So even if they have, like, gifts into Elishnorn here, we're probably winning, right? Because, like, these Tireless Trackers are just Xbox huge. Don't play around Settle the Wreckage in Modern. It's wrong to play around Settle the Wreckage in Standard most of the time. It's super wrong in Modern. I know it feels bad when you get got by it, but they don't have it more often than they have it. Modern's the greatest format ever if you're willing to accept that sometimes having 2 4/4s on turn 1 isn't good enough. A 2 converted mana cost 1/2 is too good for the format, and sometimes you can play a 6/6 that grabs lands and kills you. Ain't that the truth, greedy team? Because I didn't want to put my Wall of Roots to 1 toughness. It didn't seem like a worthwhile exchange. Board like this. I'm bringing in Path to Exile because they have Elishnorn and Iona. I want my Graveyard Hate because they're a Gifts Ungiven deck. This seems fine. No, we're 1 and 2 hider. We're super dead. Super dead. So ever since I cut Modern back to just one league in the morning, it's been more popular because I think we have people showing up knowing that I'm not doing a lot of Moto, waiting for Arena. So I wouldn't be surprised there are a number of Arena waiting room folks in the chat right now, which thanks for being here. We'll be playing Standard soon, I promise. What TV shows or movies should I watch to pass the time? You should download a bunch of my YouTube content. Watch that, because I'm awesome. I'm here to remember the good old days. Do I keep this? Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's true. There was a time. I think Mono Green Tron's fine. I think Mono Green Tron's always been fine. I'm just here to watch a powerful tier 1 modern deck. Yeah, YouTube thoughts on the treadmill are great. Maybe someday when it doesn't hurt my face to step outside, I will be able to go to the gym again. I just put Scavenging Ooze into play here. How does this deck feel so far today? Feels like a slow, clunky mess of nonsense that I remember. Night plus Tireless Tracker is a lot of cards. Looking for my first victim, Dinky Dorko. Thanks for the 12-month resubscription there. And the Defender of the Realm, go forth and protect us from Twitch chat. Thanks for keeping me around. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks back this way again this month. Wow, Abrupt Decay, awkward. So I have to path this now, because otherwise if they untap, they're gonna get Tonight again. We face Jund? Nah. We're 1 and 2 now, so we're in the bad deck bracket. So there's a chance if we win this match, we'll play Jund next round. For the bad deck 3-2 mirror match. Yeah, Magic's tough to follow if you don't know all the cards, and like Magic Online not having the Twitch integrations like holds it back a good deal. How cold is it for us over there this morning? When I went to bed last night, my thermostat said 72 degrees, and when I woke up this morning, it said 70, even though the furnace had been running all night. So it's cold enough that my heater can't keep the house warm at the requested temperature. So we're supposed to rise up a little bit today, maybe, but we'll see. The Red Black Demons list, I want to see you fulfill Liliana's contract. Thank you for the bits, Brian. Will there be Vanifear today? Yeah, it's going to be the second standard deck. Hey, Das Movies, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people, too. You can ship your Bezo bucks to every month here on Twitch. Thanks for shipping them my way. And we're probably dead because I missed that land drop, right? I guess they don't have a lot going on. If I would have hit the land drop there, we'd be in a really good spot because I could have played Eternal Witness. The problem is I'm not going to be able to pressure this Liliana before it ultimates. They have 2 more cards here. Yeah, I'm just going to move along with my life. Let's get to game 3. Vanifear in Modern seems really slow and clunky. Which means people are going to play it and win some matches with it anyways. So there's lots of people that play bad cards in Modern, but as far as like being a there's a really easy flowchart to like find out if a card's going to be like ideal in Modern. Like does it help a deck be brutal and efficient? If yes, it's probably good, and if no, it's probably not good. So like a good example of new cards that like do what Modern is looking to do is like the Electro Dominance Living End deck, right? Like that deck's capable of generating like turn 2 and turn 3 kills. while also giving your degenerate deck another angle of attack. So, like, that type of effect seems worthwhile in Modern because it's doing the type of thing that's good in Modern. Sure. Well, I mean, as far as control elements go, Teferi is kind of really brutal and efficient, right? Like, Teferi's effectively a 3-mana, one-sided Howling Mine that eventually wins you the game. So Teferi sees some amount of play in the blue-white control decks because it's far more efficient than the rest of the tools that they have. In fact, Teferi is arguably better than Jace the Mind Sculptor, isn't that archetype a lot of the time? Thoughts on printing Counterspell into Mono? But why? I feel like anybody who thinks Counterspell helps fix any of the issues that Modern hasn't actually played Modern. Yes, it's a Howling Mine / Detention Sphere. Like, the flexibility on it is huge. 2 degrees, that's more degrees than we got here. Like, in most situations, Logic Knot is effectively Counterspell in a lot of situations, and it doesn't really fix a bunch of stuff. I would just like to, I don't know if they're watching right now, but I would just like to I would like to take a moment to pour one out for the folks dumping on the pro-Trump people in my Twitter comments mentions right now by linking actual facts to them. Y'all are the real heroes. Fighting misinformation with factual data is just, y'all are A+. Keep on keeping on. You make the internet worthwhile. Yeah, data! Yay, linking sources! I think I'm just casting a 4/3 here. Yeah, I agree, Burgle. I think we're just on the 7-power path your blockers beat down plan. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Gift Sun given here. Hopefully they get Elish Stored and not Iona. If they put Iona on white, we're probably just dead, right? Right, man. That's why I'm not doing it, Manitive. I've just mostly blocked most of those idiots. But people are like spending the time to link them sources, which is like, God bless you for trying. Oh, I do have Scoos. You're super right. You're right. You're super right. I even left a land up because I'm a wizard. You're a wizard, Harry. I like how I said nothing about Hillary, and wankers are in here pointing about her. What about? You know what's never welcome in my chat? Lazy whataboutisms. Don't distract from the point at hand. Discuss and engage in the point at hand, but don't just say what about and distract and wave your hands like a lazy wanker. Fair Modern decks needed DTS and my boy Baleful Strix. What's DTS? I know what Strix is, obviously. The old value gifts. I think I give them Decay plus Trophy. I think I give them Decay plus Trophy. Do you have an opinion on the Shahar thing last night? I mean, Shahar was just pointing out something that's an actual issue, right? Like that's just how it goes. Like that's a real thing that's happening right now that they need to address. And like, what if that had happened to someone that wasn't Shahar, right? What if that was just like a normal person that didn't have 3,000 people watching them on Twitch? Like what happens then? Shahar was streaming Magic Arena, and his opponent was sitting there looping Nexus of Fate without a win condition for like an hour and a half or something. You don't like that they banned the opponent? Well, in paper, they would ban them. Just as like a heads up, in paper Magic, what they were doing was against the rules, and it gets you DQ'd because it's stalling. Like, people are talking about banning Nexus. Alright, how about if I just sit there and take infinite turns with the other take a turns card? No, it's not a draw in paper. You can't just keep taking game actions and not advancing the game state in paper. That's defined as stalling, and it's against the rules. Yeah, it's the old Four Horsemen dilemma. It's not a draw. It's not an infinite loop. In paper, if you sit there taking the same game actions and the game state doesn't change, you are stalling, and that is a DQ if you're doing it on purpose and know what you're doing. If you have a loop of some sort in paper, you need to say, this is my loop, and this is where we're going to be when I finish, and where we're going to be when I finish needs to be different than where we're at now. The old value gifts, sure. Correct, yeah, it's not an infinite loop if you can take a different game action to make it not be happening anymore. So I agree with part of the problem with it is that they don't really have anything that's clearly defined as to like, this is going to happen or not. So, like, leaving that bit of uncertainty feels weird to me. Where, like, they're punishing people based on rules that aren't written down. We are 1-2, and we are currently playing game 3 here. So if we win this game, we're going to play one more match. If we lose this game, we're going to move on to Standard. Oh, you know what? Oh, they have a counterspell anyways. All right. I should have cast Chandra off one of the Wall of Roots, so that way I didn't have to fetch a land here. Because ideally, I wanted to hold that fetch land until I drew a Tireless Tracker. That's why I'm holding this other land in my hand, because there's 3 copies of Tracker in my deck. That's true. I did lie. I promised an 0-3 league and we managed to win a match. My Hardened Scales opponent made a really bad attack. I agree. The issue is that they haven't clearly defined the rules and they're punishing people based on rules that aren't clearly defined. That would be my problem with how things went last night. Worship is interesting in their deck. So they have Trophy, Abrupt Decay, and then cards a card that I don't know. Hey, Arverchia, thank you very much for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. For shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. I appreciate it. And MRP, thanks for re-upping for the 4th month in a row. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. This is my only Night of Autumn's in my graveyard, right? No, I have a second one in my deck. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and exile their graveyard in response here, just in case they draw Snapcaster Mage later. Hey, Elpstrom. Thanks for the 3 months. I appreciate it. So, do I jam the resto? I probably shouldn't even jam the resto, right? Because, like, I know they have Assassin Trophy, so I should, like, wait to play this resto until I can get value off of it. Because, like, they have Trophy and they have Worship, so, like, there's really no reason to play this out. Yes, I guess I can flash this in and kill the bird now. Dark mode is life-changing. If you don't have dark mode, Twitch, highly recommend. Wall of Roots is still bugged. In fact, we're playing an incredibly competitive league right now because Wall of Roots is bugged. They have 1 card left. I would like to eat this Birds of Paradise, please. Sure, you got me. That's almost lethal, right? So this gets back Night of Autumn, which kills the Worship. But I don't have enough mana for Witness, Knight, and Kiki, right? This is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So next turn, I'll be able to play Kiki and kill them. Yeah, we have plenty of fetchable red sources. There's 3 Stomping Grounds in the deck. Man, are we gonna win this match? If I win this match, I have to play a 5th one. We did it to ourselves. I didn't choose this life, it chose me. I should have started early today. I didn't go live till 5 after 8. This is my fault. Declan, we woke up this morning and Declan had woke up and gone downstairs and we had a piece of styrofoam packaging that was left out in the living room from something we put together last night for a piece of furniture. And Declan had taken the piece of styrofoam and just shredded it all over the living room. So I was helping Christy a little bit with that. So I was a little bit late getting signed on. Yeah, actually, I have a picture. It looks like he went outside in the snow. His hair is just like mono styrofoam. I'm sure he did have a great time. I agree. One meatball, please. So for those that are new to Magic or Modern, Restoration Angel plus Kiki-Jiki makes infinite Restoration Angels because the token comes into play. It blinks Kiki-Jiki, who has haste, which lets him make another Restoration Angel token. So you make an arbitrarily large number of Restoration Angels, then kill your opponent. Johnny K with the brand new Prime support. Thanks for keeping me employed here. I appreciate it. Welcome. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Can't unsee the meatball. He is. That is Meatball Kiki, chat. Colonic Cannon with the 4-month resub. Thanks for sticking around for the 4th month in a row, and welcome back. We cast the Uncastable Goblin. Alright, let's stand up for the last one, shall we? Stretch the legs out a little bit, shake the rust off. Oh. Alright. Alright, Bob. It's Bob. Alright, this is good. This means I get to mulligan like we're playing against Burn, because Bob's playing Burn. This hand's actually kind of okay against Burn, so I'm gonna keep it. I have 2 Knight of Autumn in my main deck, Burgle. Not 1, but 2. How can Burn ever win the game if I gain 4 life, Burgle? Oh, we lost the die roll. That's not good for us. That's not good. Step 1 in losing the game, lose the die roll. Step 2 in losing the game is my opponent cast Searing Blaze next turn. Are y'all ready to 420 blaze it? Lose this bird? Oh my gosh, they don't have the Searing Blaze. Chat, it is a momentous occasion. It is a momentous occasion. Burgle, I didn't fetch a white source because if I didn't draw, if the bird died, I was gonna lose the game. So I decided instead to risk it for the biscuit. Burn it to the ground. Oh, I need to delete the plug and put the other emotes in. What are the new ones? We got rid of Hoogle Burn and Hoogle Buckle. And we added Yoink, Tilt, and Bezo. Yep. I appreciate Bob queuing up with Burn to kill us here. He's a real man of the people. He knew what we needed. He knew we needed to get dead. I hope there's a main deck Lava Coil in your future. What's going on, Venitive? Resto, baby, resto, baby, baby, resto. Let's go resto. Do 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 do. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna blink this. The buckle up emote was real bad. It was really poorly designed. Some of the emotes that look a little bit worse, I'm gonna get redone or replace them. Like the friendly fire one looks a little bit bad too. That one's also not one we use a lot anymore, so if I get some ideas, I might replace that one also. And like I've had my graphics guy do up a couple examples of other buckle ups. I just haven't liked how any of them have turned out. So I have this chord. We're gonna yoink the old emotes. Yeah, exactly. I think I just go get Knight of Autumn and gain 4. It's probably the line. Alternatively, I could go get a Scavenging Ooze. So the problem is, to play Kiki next turn, I have to shock this turn. And like I'm exposing myself to Skullcrack here. Yeah, I could like Scooze and eat and like have a 3/3. The problem is that just dies to a bolt. I have Eidolon in play. Yeah, I'm going to shock this in and pass, I think. And I'm going to plan to block with Eidolon and then Chord for Night. Because that doesn't leave me dead, because Eidolon says they can only cast 1 spell per turn. The Eidolon meaning they can't go bolt, kill us this turn is really good. Yeah, but it doesn't really give me a plan to win the game in the long term, is the issue. Yeah, so I'm gonna block with Eidolon and then Chord for Night, gain 4, and then next turn we'll Kiki the Night. We are playing Bob and Cheese. I could Scooze and... Oh, I don't have... You're right. I don't have enough green to Scooze and eat. You are correct. I do not have enough green mana to Scooze and eat. Bob and G is a longtime subscriber here. He's also someone that I have traveled to Magic events with a couple of times. He plays a lot of Burn, so we knew what he was doing when we started. Oh, this game's over. Nice Burn deck. Alright, I'm gonna show you this is an old Kiki chord trick. So during my end step, so the cards Kiki copies stay in play until the beginning of the next end step. So if I copy this Knight of Autumn during my end of turn, I keep the token until their end of turn. So this Knight's not going to go away until their end step now. No, I'm an old man. I go to sleep early. Yeah, I already updated Hurley. I did that this morning. Thank you for the heads up, though. Yeah, I couldn't chord for Resto at their end of turn, chat. I only had 3 mana. This is just good, clean value, Kiki, yep. I mean, if Kiki dies, he gained 4, right? And, like, if I draw a Chord or a Resto next turn, or even an Eternal Witness, we, like, get to gain 4 more, which is good for us. Well, are they not killing Kiki? Kiki has to be dead, right? Like, what is in their hands? Just, like, bumps and lightning spikes? Lava spikes, whatever that card's called. So they have to get rid of one of these two things, right? So again, during the end step, I'm going to go ahead and copy this. And the reason why I'm copying during the end step is I don't want them to be able to kill the thing I'm copying in response to me copying it. You can copy a creature land with Kiki. You're just not going to be happy with the result. The result's going to be a land that enters play tapped. What brand desk do I have? A very bad one. I have an Uplift desk that I'm going to be replacing when I build out my new studio. That's probably an okay draw. This is my Fulminator Mage. There are many like them, but this one is mine. No, I need to do some research still, Team Darkwater. I would recommend not cheaping out, would be my advice. The one I bought was just like the cheapest one available, and I definitely regret that decision. Now this is pod racing, yep. No, Lightning Bolt costs 1 red mana. It's incredibly powerful. Yeah, games like this make these decks fun to play. The problem is, as someone who's played these decks a lot, these decks are not the average game that you end up playing in Modern a lot of the time. Like, don't get me wrong, this game's been fun. There's been puzzles, there's been back and forth, but this game's mostly gone this long because they kept a one-lander on the play and, like, have missed their land drop from here. Much stronger deck plus mana screwed. Yep. Yep. It's funny when someone asked me how we win earlier, I said usually it involves them being mana screwed. Thanks, Testament. Thanks for the support and keeping me around. Subs like you are the reason I'm able to be here doing what I do, so. Okay, going upstairs here. Makes sense. We could die next turn. If they hit a land, we could be dead. If they attack with both of these creatures... Oh, wait, they can't kill me through the Eidolon, right? Like, is the good thing? Because it ends up being the same. If they bolt me to try and eat the Fulminator, they still take 2 from their Eidolon, so it's just a wash. So it doesn't really matter. If you copy Raging Ravine, it'll enter play as a tapped land. It won't be a 5/5 that's attacking. For people that are unaware, or a 3/3 that's attacking, or whatever you think it's going to be. Alright, so this forces at least one chump block, right? So this means I'm not stone raining them every turn, but they are dead on board next turn to the Raging Ravine. And I have Eidolon of Rhetoric in play. I guess they can Rift Bolt and then bolt me the following turn. So like if they have a Lightning Bolt in their hand here, we're dead. No, they're not dead Pikes. They have the Rift Bolt on suspend. So if they have land Skullcrack or fetch land into Searing Blaze, they can't kill me this turn, but if they have an instant speed burn spell that they can cast on my turn, I do die here. I didn't kill the land because that's not what Fulminator Mage's text box says. Attack with the bird to show aggression. I actually don't have many cards for this matchup in my sideboard. I do, however, get to cut some of my bad ones that are in my main deck. Bring in a couple of past exiles. I think Tracker's better than Pia. This card blocks really well, though. We are 2-2, and we're up a game in the last match. Now, Explosive is kind of narrow here. Well, I get that they drew a bunch of... Well, I get that they drew a bunch of one-drops that game. They're not always going to do that. Wall of Roots and Chord of Calling, baby. Let's do it. No plays till turn 2. Let's go. EE for Bridge. I have 2 copies of Knight of Autumn for Bridge. I'm pretty sure Bob doesn't play Bridge. Bob posted his deck list last night in our team Discord. This is what Bob posted last night. So there's no Bridge here. He does have 4 more Searing effects in his sideboard though, which is terrifying. Oh gosh, are you gonna miss a land drop again? Oh, they missed a land drop again. So you're saying there's a chance. Take a chance on me. Do-do-do-do-do. Be-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. We can 3-2. We're gonna 3-2. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. We're gonna 3-2. Listen. I'd say call me Trump, but I'm actually building walls here, so, you know, there's a distinct difference between us. Always block, chat. Always block. So, Wall of Roots is free with Chord of Calling, and then using these Birds of Paradise actually nets me mana. So, on their upkeep, I'm gonna Chord and Bob's gonna concede. Actually, I can just do this now, right? No, I need one more. I wanna leave Wall of Omens untapped here. So I'm doing this during their upkeep because they can't Skullcrack me with only 1 mana available. And if they draw a land for the turn, they'll be able to Skullcrack me. One gain 4, please. And then next turn, I get to Eternal Witness, pick back up my Chord of Calling for Restoration Angel. And this is a good lesson, chat, how you win with Kiki card. Have your opponent miss their second land drop 2 games in a row. We are a master. Master. Bob said he wasn't sure if he was happy with the list, McCullough. You should check out the list we played. You should check out the list we played last week. I like the build that we had. This is the part where they Skullcracker Searing Blades me in response, and then I Restoration Angel and Blink this Night of Autumn. It's gonna be glorious. Oh. Alright. Don't mind me, just going up to 16. 3-2. 3-2. This is just good, clean value, chat. Because not only did we 3-2, but because premium card odds approximately 1 in 56. I wonder if they were legally required to add that. Because we played with Wall of Roots and Wall of Roots was still broken, I get to file for a refund. So we got a $1.50 treasure chest, and then we get my $12 entry fee back. It's just maximum online gambling value. All right. Video games. Video games. I played the competitive league because Wall of Roots is broken, so I get to refund my entry. That's why I played a competitive league for max value. Yeah, of course they'll refund it. The card's bugged. If you file for the same bug constantly, they'll deny you. But I haven't played with Wall of Roots in 6 months. And I wanted to see maybe they'd fixed it in the last 6 months. Surprise, they hadn't fixed it. So I'm going to file for comp. Hey, Discount Llama. Thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people. You can chip your Bezo $2 every month on Twitch. Thanks for supporting mine here. Woo. The bug comes up every game. You can't activate Wall of Roots as a mana ability. You're doing Naya aggro. Yeah, I'm not continuously playing Wall of Roots, the Shy. I haven't played with it in 6 months or more. I think it was like June or July last time we played with it. So I'm not filing for comp constantly. I checked to see if the bug was fixed. It wasn't. I suffered through it not being fixed, and then I will get compensation. I won't play with it while it's broken again. Ready for some video games?